So today, I wanted to talk about perspective taking, as in, can we actually ever really understand anyone else's position?
That's a big one. Well, what's coming up for me is how much of everything is baked into everything. Like, how much of your day already, your mood, yesterday, the thoughts from last week, your childhood, parents, ancestors, the weather, God knows what is. Yeah. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
If you look from the dawn of time to now,
there's a lot of factors.
can we just wipe that off and have a clear mind?
Oh, and completely be so a blank slate to totally write someone else's perspective on it. Yeah, good point.
I think with meditation, I'd like to say you can get to a place that's pretty much like a blank mind, an empty slate. But even so, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Not sure if I can get to completely blank. Sometimes I have blankness, but not.
I mean, I like to think that I am quite empathetic towards people. And especially, in the work that I've done, I've very, very strongly felt for the people that have been my patients I've been treating in the past. But I'm not, now the more I think about it, I'm starting to be skeptical about how much you really put yourselves truly in their shoes, or just in your version of what you think their shoes are. And they're two very different things.
Yeah, well, you've just said it. I want to have it. I don't know if you said I want to have it or try to have empathy. So there's trying and there's empathy. So there's a want or a try in there with what you do for you to feel a certain way and maybe them to feel both really. So that's baked in.
Yeah. I mean, I've had to dampen it down over the years.
Yeah.
I had too much empathy to begin with.
Yeah.
And gradually, you just can't be feeling this strongly about things. You need to harden up.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad. It's a good thing, but it's an energy in there.
Yeah. Yeah. But then, so this is now getting to this point. What really made me think about it recently is I started to doubt how much I could really understand another person's position when I realised I don't even understand my own position slightly differently just a few weeks later. So one of the things that I've experienced recently is a massive change in how I'm going about my life, what I'm doing for work, and just a huge change in identity and a huge change in just what the day-to-day looks like. Now, I remember being on the other side of it when I was in a much busier job, that I thought I knew what it would be like for me, not for someone else. I thought I knew what it would be like for me on the other side of this change. And on this side of the change, I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. And for a start, we're making these videos. Never would have happened before. Never, no chance in hell it would have happened before. But all of these opportunities have arisen. Life is very different. And I'm getting to learn very new things. And it's the same person. But I didn't even know about me just a few months along, just doing something slightly different, still as a doctor. It's not even like, I'm still within the same thing, but I'm just being a doctor in a slightly different way. Still looking at brain function, still fascinated by brain function. I'm just going about how I treat patients in a slightly different way. And I couldn't empathize with, I had no idea what it would feel like to be me where I am now, as me just a year ago. How can I possibly understand anyone else? So that's what I was kind of like, I'm not sure I can.
Well, I can't even do it like one night. Like, even despite my meditations and lots of positive habits, like I can still wake up in the night and be thinking, oh, I've got to send that email to that person. This is really bad. And then that'll keep me up for half an hour. I wake up in the morning and go, oh, I can't be asked to send that email. I'm not actually that bothered. So I was locked in a feeling expressed through a thought and locked onto a concept. And I ran with it for a bit. Let go of it. But so like within 12 hours, the change.
Exactly. And I don't know who that guy is. And it's me. So how on earth? I was like, I'm really sure they should be. And this is where the shoulds come in. And I might put a link to another video here about words and the importance of being able to do a should count around the people that you're in. But if you're in a situation where constantly expecting things of other people because you think you know their situation or you know how they should be doing things.
Yeah.
They're failing because they should be doing this. They're failing because they're simply all of this assumption.
Yeah.
And then, check if you are that person, check how many times you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe not. You might still be struggling with why aren't they doing things the way I think they should?
Yeah.
It's because you don't know any of their story.
Yeah.
You might not even know your own.
Yeah, I'm thinking about some training I had this year, and the main learning was don't be attached to an outcome. And how hard it is to not be attached to an outcome, especially when someone's coming to you with an issue or a feeling, and they're trying to solve it, and then you end up going into the solving too. That's not being present for them. It is a natural and good thing to, and the empathy can come with that. The empathy can be like, oh, I really want to help them with this thing, but it can. It's the right amount of not being attached to outcome, but caring.
Yeah.
It's a
tricky balance.
It's a tricky balance.
It's a very tricky balance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's historically gone through. There's lots and lots of different cultural and religious aspects on this, which are really fascinating. I love that concept in itself. How do you actually do it? Yeah. How do you not attach yourself? And what is the actual problem of attaching yourself to the outcome?
Yeah, for me, I really try and work on seeing that love is behind things, like or a positive energy. So even if someone's doing bad behaviours and not looking after themselves, there'll be some want from them. If you can see a little glimpse of that, and then if I want that to be different for them, I'm like, oh, that bit of me wants that to be different. So each, and occasionally it'll work. Sometimes it's hard, but just seeing each occasion is someone wanting the best or trying it in a faulty way. Sometimes that lets in a little bit.
A way of doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's ways of. I understand that there's been a shift in how education is administered. Is that the right phrase? There's been a change in education where rather than focusing on the outcome, it's focusing on the process. Because the point is, if you focus on an outcome, then it can lead to things like people hiding work that they know won't get the outcome. It can lead to cheating behaviours to get an outcome where it's not actually the outcome. It can get to a situation where the people who do well and get good outcomes, they're fine, but you've just disincentivized the rest of the class. But if you change the entire thing into, in education, support the actual process rather than the outcome, then it can lead to a different thing. The outcomes are going to be good. The outcomes might be bad on a certain day. But the point is that I think it comes back to the outcome simply isn't in your control as much as you'd like to think it is. And if you keep attaching yourself to the outcome, what you're doing is you're doing yourself a disservice in understanding how small you really are in the big scheme of things. Right? Now, if you're trying to think you're Zaphod Beeblebrookes from the Hitchhiker's Guide, where you're the most important person in the whole of the universe, that's going to come crashing down to you. It's not true. And there's much bigger things at play. Much, not just people or organizations. I'm talking about things like evolution, like water cycles and nitrogen cycles, like temperature changes. There are much bigger physics things at play. Or the pandemic when it shut down the world. A virus has got something to say about what you're modeling as the outcome. You might have saved up loads of money and in 2020 you're going to open up a restaurant and it was going to be the change in your life that's going to bring everything. But a virus had a different plan. And the outcome that you want is simply not in your hands as much as you'd like to think. So it's not don't do anything. It's do what you need to, but don't be attached to the outcome because you're simply not that big.
It's really humbling though. And I think as that deflating of the ego perhaps, or the humblingness of I can only control so much. As you can let go of that, I do think you have to build something up, which actually is a strong ego, just not a negative ego. It's a kind of strong trust and knowing in the self and everything in a way. It's like this person might say something horrible to me, but I'm just not going to let me push me off my balance. Something you have to build something up. I think.
And my point is not don't do any. It's not. It's not just if I can't be attached to the outcome, I'll do nothing.
Yeah.
The point is definitely try and do the things. Just have that humility to know that whatever you're planning, there's simply much bigger forces at play.
Yeah.
And it might not go as you plan.
Yeah.
It might. Fantastic if it does. But even if it doesn't, you weren't the entire universe.
Yeah.
And the entire universe is involved in what you're doing.
Yeah. And you can't hang how you feel on the universe.
No.
Like on what happens.
It's got a wicked sense of humour.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
You can't hang that on it. You can't hang your self-worth on your successes in a certain way, in your material successes.
No.
It's got to come from somewhere else.